Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, field and streams. From those whitetail bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. I'm glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, a bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitters is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday night. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. As always, I'm Trinity, and we're joined tonight by our co-host, Matt Woolwine. Matt, thanks for being with us, buddy.
I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
Yeah, survived an awesome week last week, the heat and the weekend and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yep. We're getting close to elk season, so you know it's going to be warm outside.
Oh, yeah, you know, it goes hand in hand anymore, elk and 90-degree weather.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I think it looks like it's going to cool down a little bit this weekend for opening day, but who knows what the future holds, you know?
I hope it does, man. I hope everybody had a chance to get out and enjoy the start of the 2023 Kentucky hunting seasons, this past weekend. Hope everybody's had a good week up to this point. And we've got a lot to cover. We've got two guests tonight that's going to be joining us. Natural Born Killers, man. We've got Ben Moore and Nathan Harless. Excited to talk to them about last week's, this past weekend's adventures for them and about the upcoming seasons.
Yeah, sounds good. I know we got a few different things to talk about tonight, including the dove season, elk season, deer season. A lot of stuff coming around this time of year.
Yeah, man, we got a lot to go over. So we want to first of all say congratulations to your wife Jill ran a great giveaway over the past week, and we want to say a big congratulations to Sandy Harney, our Northern Kentucky bunch up there. They run center shot archery, Carl and Sandy. And Carl actually once upon a time harvested an elk with us. So that was pretty awesome, man. We appreciate them tuning in and supporting us and everything. So congratulations to Sandy Harney winning that awesome prize package for the ladies that Jill put together. We appreciate Jill very much as well.
Yeah, pretty nice gig there.
Yeah, man. Let's see. We got some folks joining us already, as always. Gator Paul, glad you all escaped the hurricane last week, man. I know there's a lot of people suffering down there. We appreciate you very much for tuning in. Who's this guy, man?
Oh, that guy. I tell you what, is there no way to block people from watching our show? I just wondered.
As anti-video as some people are and anti-promotional. Don't worry, son. I'm representing. Hey, Justin, thanks. You done made him mad now. He says bye.
Well, it's past his bedtime. He's an old man these days.
I heard that. Thanks, Justin. Oh, Kenny's with us tonight. Kenny, thanks for tuning in, buddy. We appreciate it. So, man, I had a good week last week. Some of our folks has questioned mine and your dove tactics for last week.
Yes. I don't think our choice of opening day activities was a very popular one, especially with the guys who like to get out there and eat doves.
Right. We had a pretty good plan last week, and I feel like we executed it very well.
That we went into it with a different philosophy for opening day. And, one thing that On Air and Outdoors is all about is one, promoting the outdoors, but two is also promoting TLC, getting word out there about what we do. And what better way to find a group of people that is interested in your product than to show up to the dove field and try to have some camaraderie with a new group of guys and meet new faces and just get our name out there.
That's right, man. And, we kind of talked about it last week. Being able to give back, we get to enjoy the great outdoors and we have been so blessed to be able to enjoy the sights, sounds, travel, be able to have a business and meet all the people we do. So many things, so many good things with the outdoors and hunting and fishing and being able to give back just a little bit, even though, we wanted to get our name out and everything. But, we never even pulled a shotgun out of the sheath last week. And I can't help, man, but think about, we mention it all the time. If you don't know the creator, look at the creation. But I got to read this right here. Mark 1:17 says, "Come follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." And I hope some way, we surprised a lot of people last week with a field feast, with the second annual field feast. And we're going to be showing pictures and talking about that. But I hope maybe somehow, some way, everybody was real surprised because the way I took it, nobody's ever seen anything like that. Who would show up at the dove field to feed everybody and do everything? So hopefully, we done some good and we're to let people know we're just not out there trying to make a buck off of everybody.
Yeah, we changed that verse around. We was trying to be hunters of men instead of fishermen of men. You know what?
That's right, man. That's right. So very exciting times. We'll be talking about the second annual field feast and all that coming up as well. Appreciate the department and all the good stuff. How about we bring these?
We got all those buddies that shot their limit and everything, and some of them are affiliated with TLC and some of them ain't. But good friends of ours that went out and shot their limit and this and that, and they felt real good about themselves. For me, them helpless little doves, flying through the air, just completely helpless, just don't, they never did nothing to me, I just didn't think I need to go out there and shoot a bunch of them.
That sounds to me like a man that, number one, don't have a good shot shell to dove ratio, and two, didn't want to battle that 106-degree heat that we were standing in.
When I was growing up, my dad would throw clay targets for me. And, you know, as a little guy, I'd break 9 out of 10 or 19 out of 20 or, you know, whatever. It seemed like I always missed one. And then my dad say, okay, it'll be my turn. So I'd throw that clay out there and he'd bust it. And then he'd quit. And I say, you not quitting yet, are you? He said, yeah. He said, I beat you. I'm 100%. And I started up there to shoot all day long and miss one or two. And then he bust that one. He was 100%. So,
you know, I'm trying to figure out what kind of percentage you would have if you never fired a shot and you still got one dove.
I think 0 is 0 is 0. I don't know if they teach that math these days, but back when you and I were growing up, 0 times 0 was 0.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. How about we bring on these 2 killers? Matter of fact, it looks to me like 3 killers right here. Let's bring these guys on right here. We got Ben Moore and Nathan and Hunter Harless right there. Now, we've seen Hunter on here in pictures so many times. That's the little killer right there. That's a little chip off the Harless block right there, buddy. How you doing, Hunter?
Good.
Good? You keeping Dad in line? Hey, how many of them bucks are yours in the background there?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Think none of them. He had to start his own wall. There wasn't no room in here.
I've seen your wall. Dad showed me pictures of your wall. It's looking good, man. How you guys doing, Nate and Ben?
We're doing good.
Good, man. You been hard at it this week so far?
Yep.
Burning up's what's been going on. It's been hot.
Yeah, it's been hot. After work today, I went and loaded a trailer full of hay and brought it back and unloaded it, and it's a little warm.
Yeah. Our number 1 fan there, my mama, says hello. So we got 2 big dove killers here with us, Matt. These are 2 of the guys that, you know, I mean, and these guys went to different fields. Of course, Ben joined us down in Central Kentucky, and Nathan stayed back here in Eastern Kentucky. I'm real anxious to talk about the 2 different experiences. You know, we covered last week how certain fields have shot requirements and things like that. But, you know, talking about them poor, helpless doves, these guys right here didn't have any pity sake on them.
That's right. I think both these guys shot limits, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, they sure did. We're going to see that in just a minute. So we're going to jump right in here to dove, boys. So, Ben, what'd you think, man? Traveling to a new field and new area, what'd you think about that?
Well, we actually been hunting that area there for a few years. We hunted at an outfitter right down the road. I guess for the past 6 years, we've been down on that outfitter, and they got a pay-to-shoot field. And over the years, I guess the pressure and the way they've been setting the field up, it's kind of diminished, you know, year by year. And getting out there on that field, that was a pretty impressive co-op field.
Yeah.
They had, I know the sunflowers was the big attraction. That's where all the guys wanted to set up. But up there on the hill where we set up, they had those round bells set out there, and there was foxtail millet everywhere, and there was millet seed all over the ground, and those doves were really taken to that high ground. So I ain't gonna lie, we shot 1 dove before, when the sun was first coming up at 11 o'clock. I was probably one of the first people in the field to pull the trigger. Seems like it takes a while for anybody to want to break the ice, so I pulled the trigger and killed 1 dove, and then the sun got high in the sky. And we hid in the shade until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So, and then we got out of the shade and went back up there on the hill to our bell, and it didn't take long, hour and a half. You know, we were limited out, so it was a real good shoot. Lot of participation in that field. I've never seen that many people in a field at all.
You know, Ben, there was 97 trucks at one time in that co-op.
That's crazy.
So, think, you know, at least one person or truck, there's probably about 130 people there.
That's what I was thinking, about 150. I mean, we were counting the guys that we could see. The guys from we can see, I mean, I was looking at maybe a third of the field, and I was counting up in the 70s and a third of that field. And I mean, it was amazing how many people was there. But there was a lot of limits killed in that field, and a lot of shooting went on throughout the day. Of course, we didn't really participate in it too much until after the sun went down, but it was a great shoot whenever those birds started flying. We were hoping by getting to that high ground, and we got kind of in between the shortest route between tree line and tree line on the highest ground. And we were hoping as that pressure over those sunflowers, those doves would start using that higher ground. And it worked out to our favor. And we had a great shoot for, a couple hours.
So being after about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I think that's when we left right there. After about 5:30, 6 o'clock, how did it do?
That's whenever it started happening. Over to the west, I guess coming across those railroad tracks over there, there was a cell phone tower over there, and we looked back and we could almost see the sky blacken with birds moving into that field. And once that happened, they were just tree line to tree line and back and forth. And I mean, we really had some action there. We really wasn't in the best place. We just took what we could get, but we were kind of around the edge of it, but we kept that high ground, and there was a lot of low flying birds on that high ground, as to where over top of those sunflowers with all the pressure throughout the day, those birds just kept flying higher and higher. And you had those guys down there shooting full chokes trying to hit those birds. And finally, when they moved to the high ground because of all the pressure, we got to capitalize on them. So.
Yeah. And this is you and Bob, our buddy Bob Bailey right there. And that's a good looking harvest. That's a good day of dove hunting right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was impressed with that co-op field, man. Even the other field, when we first got down there, that other field, we were only 2 trucks, in the parking lot there, but it filled up. But it was a good looking field as well. So very good. Nate, talk to us a little bit about your hunt. Matt, myself, Ben, Bob, we all went, and our buddy Justin from Indiana, we all went to Mercer County fields, those co-op fields. Talk to us a little bit about staying back east.
All right, we went to the Paintsville Lake field, the Pat Oker field on Paintsville Lake, and it's a still shot only field. So we shot our arm off. Every one of us did. Those birds, they get out past 40 yards. That still seemed like it was just bouncing off of them. But we ended up bringing home 66 birds, I think, between 5 of us. And we shot several down that we couldn't find just because the field edges and everything was so thick with multiflora rows and everything. But it was a real good hunt. 11 o'clock, we had 4 birds fly in, and we killed all 4 of them birds. And on the first shot that was fired on them 4 birds that flew up, the cloud is just, the sky turned black. It's like a black cloud flew over. So there's probably 60, 65 birds. And we ended up killing a few more out of that. But it was the first time I've been to a dove field, and we literally shot all day long.
Right.
We stayed till probably 6:30 or so, and we shot all day long. There probably wasn't 5 minutes in the day that we didn't fire a shot.
Yeah. Where we were at, we didn't have all these hills. It was pretty flat. He's kind of rolling, but here's a look kind of at the field edge from Paintsville. Now this, Mercer, the co-op fields were lead fields. You could shoot lead shot. This field here was still shot only. So we kind of touched on that the week before.
Definitely a lot harder to hit one with steel.
Yeah. It is.
Let's see right here. What else do I have? I got some more pictures here somewhere. Let's look at this video right here.
Go. Catch him.
That thing almost got in the bag itself.
That was awesome. Get ready, Jake.
Yeah, I was trying to pretty much
Bustin', Jake.
shoot one arm video with the others. So
Cody, up.
I tried.
There's another one. Come
Yeah.
in, boss.
Now, what time was this, Nate?
This was probably
put tail on my gun.
somewhere around 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so bad. I was like, load the seat and shoot. I mean, you couldn't get your gun loaded fast enough until about 12:30.
No, I ain't gonna shoot you.
That's pretty good, man. Pretty good. And that field wasn't very crowded at all, correct?
No, there was probably 20, 25 people there. We sit in one spot all day long. The only thing we did, we moved around in the shade, but we stayed in probably a 50, 60 yard radius. And the doves, I mean, they flew in all day long. The ones midday, 3 o'clock, they flew a little bit high, but some of them we still able to get a shot on.
And what we want people to know is there's still some good hunting left in these fields. These fields are not done. So if you missed opening day, you missed opening weekend, there's still some. Matt, that field down there we were at, I'd say will be good for quite a while.
It's
a lot of food there.
Yeah, there's a lot of food at Paintsville.
Most of them public fields are not open the entire season. From what I understand, they're only open a few days here and there, which gives those fields time to rest and build those bird confidence back up so they'll keep coming in there.
Yeah. Tyler Smith said hillbilly weight loss program dove hunt when it's 95 degrees. Tyler, it was 95 in the shade.
Yeah. Hey, there's one, you and I went with a different philosophy than the other guys there, Trendy, but the one thing that we had in common is we chased that shade all around that tree where we set up, didn't we?
Yep. You know what, Nate? I don't think I got the daggone. Let me see if I got the Paintsville Harvest. I got the Paintsville Harvest here somewhere.
Nate, did they still have both of those fields at Paintsville?
They have 3 fields. The one is over in behind the wetland. If you go through the gate across the creek, there wasn't even nobody hunted that field, and it's nothing but foxtail millet. Yeah. The field we hunted was last year's winter wheat. They just went in and cut.
Really?
So man, I'm telling you, it was one of the best shoots I've ever been to in the eastern part.
Yeah. And here we go. We got 5 guys. So Ben and Bob there have 2-man limit, and then we've got 5 guys right here, and that's a lot of dove.
There's 66 birds there.
Yeah. So very good. Very good.
About needed a bigger table, didn't you?
Yeah, they're stacked about 3 deep on there. That was a breakfast table.
And listen, I got to indulge in a few of these this weekend. They were pretty good.
Yeah, they was real good.
Yeah, pretty good. Very good. Matt, let's talk about mine and your heart. Well, listen, before we get to the big feast, these wannabe dove hunters, these wannabe feasters, thought they had to go out and copycat us and whatever else. And, you got mini feast.
Yeah.
The Blackstone.
Guys, I don't know how much everybody was talking about or thank you guys when we were out there, but I mean, you all were the talk of that whole field. Everybody was talking about the guys that showed up just to cook breakfast, and we talked to several people out there that really couldn't believe that you guys showed up there and fed everybody.
Yeah,
it was. I'll tell you, man. Guys, I say it every week on here, but I've done it my whole life, and I'm getting to the point where it's more about the camaraderie than it is the actual hunt. And I like to get out there and I like to be in nature, but I tell you, man, I really enjoy hanging out and getting to meet new people and just people that you got the same interest with. And it's really enjoyable for me to do stuff like we did personally. I never went on the way down there. I never had the intent to ever bring my gun out of the truck, really. I had a gun just in case Tranny kind of forced my hand at it, but it was always my intent the whole time was to sit up there and just do what we did and let everybody else go out there and have the fun that they wanted to have,
Yeah.
But
we fed about 60-some people, around 60 people for breakfast. We fed about 60 people for lunch. We gave away Cabela's gift card.
Hey, Trinity, I just so you know, the budgeting team got together, and that gift card got increased to $100.
Oh, okay.
So if Dario Savarese, however you say his last name, if Dario's watching, you're getting $100 gift card from Cabela's. Budgeting went over management's head there and made a call on its own. So
yeah. Don't worry, the purchase request is in the mail. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound like another team I know from time to time. Buddy, where'd they go to, man? They're gone.
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Technical difficulty. There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah,
I had an elk hunter calling in here, so I had an elk hunter calling me. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, now here's another one of our buddy Nick McGuire says Pat Okerfield was great this year. Thanks to Kentucky Park Fish and Wildlife for the hard work. That you're exactly right, Nick. Let me tell you, these public fields across the state. You know, I called. We had a different mentality. I kind of called Frankfurt, and I talked to some folks that I know, and I'm like, look, we need to know where, you know, a field kind of from Central over, because we really wanted to get out of the East to do what we wanted to do. And they told us where to go. But to have an opportunity to go across, you know, the state and have all these public fields, I mean, just kudos to Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. It's an awesome day. You know, it costs very little to be a dove hunter, and it's a good day. Very good day. Exactly.
I was standing beside Nick out there when he killed his 15th bird Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's awesome. We just standing around talking, and here come one flying through, and he pulls up and smokes it. So.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Good deal. So this is pictures from Field Feast. We deemed this Field Feast. We kind of started this at Clay last year, and we really upped it this year. Everybody's coming by, man, said, y'all doing this for free? Y'all taking donations? And we're like, no, man, this is all about you all. And they were thanking us. We was trying to thank them for coming out and hunting and joining us. But, man, we had, I mean, sausage and bacon and biscuits and jelly, and we had hamburgers, man, and had cookies, had all kinds of stuff, drinks for everybody. And I really think, and one of my favorite moments from the day, you know, getting to meet all the hunters and everybody talking to us and shaking their hands and just blown away, you know, the camaraderie of Fish and Wildlife. We had some Fish and Wildlife come by. And, you know, kudos to our buddy Joe Lacefield for the great work done on that field right there. But this right here was one of my favorite moments, seeing the kids out with their dad, man, stopping by, talking to us. You know, we gave away, I don't know, well over 100 koozies, business cards that day. And, you know, this right here is what it's all about for me, the kids, man. Seeing the kids out and enjoying a great day, especially with their dad and family. That's what it's all about for me.
You know, Trina, there's going to be some people see that picture right there, and they're going to say, well, that crazy man, he's got them kids dressed in orange. They never will shoot a dove, you know. But that ain't what it's about.
That's right.
I'll guarantee you that he would trade every dove that he shot or didn't shoot for having his kids out there and having them safe, you know, instead of leaving them at home and him coming by himself and shooting a limit. This picture right here means a whole lot more than him standing by himself with a limit of birds. You know what?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I actually sat up to the next to those next to the guy with those kids there in the field, and they actually did pretty good that day. It surprised me. They stayed down in the corner, hid in the shade, and it surprised me how many opportunities that they had.
Good.
Awesome.
Those kids were the best retriever in the field. As soon as he would pull up his gun, it hit. They were there before the bird hit the ground.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. That's what it's all about for me. You know, that's our best resource. Best resource. So, final thoughts on dove season. What we got? Ben.
Well, me there, that'll be a field that I'll be at next year for sure. That co-op field there in Mercer County. That was a great shoot. They do a real good job with that. The place was clean as a pin. We got the little footage there and put together a YouTube video on it, and there was just a lot of guys there, and got to meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people. I actually let a guy borrow my shotgun to finish his limit out, and he was having some problems with his shotgun there, and he's messaged me there and trying to put together a hunt for me to come down and deer hunt with him sometime. So it's all about getting out and meeting new people and stuff. So we really enjoyed it. And that'll be a place I'll probably be open today next year for sure.
Good deal. Nate, what do you think, bud?
It was probably honestly the best I've ever seen the fields here in East Kentucky. I mean, it was by far the best dove hunt I've ever had here local. I've actually thought about going back and seeing if there's any more birds on it, which I'm sure they are, because I mean that's the most birds I've ever seen in this area, and they're good eating.
Yeah.
Very
I'd
good.
like to have another mess of them.
Man, we got one more hunt left in us at least.
Yeah, I actually I got that little personal field here at the house, and we'll kind of call it a mentor hunt. I've got, of course, my son, my wife, and this and that, but there's a man that's real special to me. It's my dad's best friend. And unfortunately, illness is kind of got a hold of him a little bit these days, and can't get around and do as much as he could 30 years ago. But by golly, he can still shoot if I can put the birds in front of him. So I got a couple acres of millet, and hopefully we can get 4 or 5 of us together. It's about as big as the field would allow, but hopefully we can get together and have a good dove shoot here at the house, and just spend time with him. So,
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Be down there.
I actually I started cutting strips in that millet and buckwheat yesterday, Charity, and I'll let it dry out for a couple of days, and then I'll go in there with my hay rake and rake it, and I'll throw all that seed back out on the ground.
Yep. Man, that field is covered up. I mean, beside of it, I'm excited to see what's in. I think they'll have a good shoot. That's for sure. Folks, get out there and enjoy. I'm telling you, it's not too late for you. There's still plenty of time to get out there. Make sure you check all Fish and Wildlife regulations. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of people. I had to talk to Mr. Green Jeans on opening day, but as long as you follow the rules and the regs, you got them right at your fingertips. fw.ky.gov, or get you a good old book and check it out. Not too hard to follow all the rules and regs. And if you don't know what to do, shoot us a message. We'll tell you. Let's change gears a little bit, guys. Another big opening day this weekend, right after the opener of dove season, was deer season. And my goodness, some of the bucks already that we have seen hit the ground is amazing.
I actually this weekend I had some deer on camera that we were hoping to get an opportunity at maybe this weekend, and the way everything worked out, I just wasn't ready to capitalize on them. But it would amaze me the type of movement we had with that moon. I had a lot of daylight pictures of some shooter deer, showing up around white oaks and stuff. Not so much in the food plots, but they're hitting those white oak acorns hard right now. I know I've seen a lot of videos where guys had videoed their kills for this past weekend, and that's what everybody was setting up in is those white oaks. They're hitting them hard.
Yeah. And Nate, here's a fan of yours, babe, Charlene Harless. I mean, I don't know how much you're having to pay these people to come on here, but thank you for that.
Yep. That's my aunt in Ohio.
Yeah. Tinsley Custom Wildlife, Justin Tinsley said, we've already hit 30 plus there in the shop. That's just since Saturday. And that's, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days already, 30 plus in the shop. That's pretty good already. Let's take a look at some of these deer coming out of Eastern Kentucky right here. We got some we want to show off. Then we want to talk a little bit about some tactics. I know, Nate, you've already been in the stand, and y'all been really looking. Ben, you've been beating the bushes hard, man, trying to get ready and putting it in the ground and everything. Let's take a look. We got some folks here that have harvested very nice bucks. Here's Eric Mollett. I mean, that's a nice buck already out of velvet. You know, there's a lot. I've got a lot of people telling me how bucks are already out of velvet. Are you all hearing the same thing?
Yeah, trail camera pictures is. I still got one target buck that's in velvet. The rest of them are hard horn now.
Out of 8 or 9 bucks I'm getting on camera right now, only one of them is hard horn. The rest of them still in full velvet.
Yeah. So it don't take long. It just depends. You know, there's a lot. So big congratulations to Eric Mollett there. Nice harvest. Look how slim. I mean, that's going to make hopefully a beautiful mount for him. I love how them antlers out there on the tips turn up. Nice wide rack early season buck. Way to go, Eric. Good job, man. And here's something else I like to see, man. Jace Arnett putting a smack on a big old velvet buck. Good looking buck right here. And then here's Jace and his dad. Is it Everett, Nathan?
Yeah.
Evan Arnett.
Yep. And there's another pic from that nice buck, man. That's a dandy buck too. Nice velvet. Way to go, Jace. And then another good buddy of ours. And this picture doesn't do this big buck justice, but this is Nelson Scott. This is our good buddy Aaron Scott, his dad, putting a hammer on a giant. And if you'll look, his hands around that opposite antler over there. Just look at the mass at the base of that thing. On the inside, that brow tine's got all that junk coming off of it and coming up there. I mean, that anybody would take that deer, and really that picture doesn't show you just how wide that deer is. But now that's an Eastern Kentucky stud anywhere.
That deer is big. Like it's got some of the bigger bases I've seen this year on any trail cam pictures or anything I've seen. It's a big deer.
Yeah. Way to go, Nelson, man. Laying the smack down. I expect the same for Aaron. I think Aaron will probably hammer a big one too. He's like you two, man. I really like you three. Y'all are big buck killers. I stand back and I kill them 100. If it ain't between 100 and 110 inches, man, I ain't even. Y'all kill them big bucks. I'm after specific size, you know. Like
you like him more tender.
I like 2x4s, man.
Yeah.
2x4s, you know. So way to go, Nelson, man. Awesome deer. Congratulations to all those hunters and everybody that's already had success out there in the deer woods. Very good. You know, I forgot a picture here. There's no better stop after a successful day in the dove field and a successful field feast, second annual field feast, like stopping by Tinsley Custom Wildlife. And, you know, Matt didn't jerk out a gun the whole day. Now, I will say this. We did attempt to go in the field, and we got to the edge of the field, and everywhere I looked, man, there was a hunter, and I was like, yeah, you know, we'll just let them have their day today. But we went on down, and look here what a harvest.
So that's a trophy pick I took with old Ruger there.
Yeah, that's Justin's bloodhound, old Ruger.
So you like that trophy pose I put him in?
I like that, buddy. He's just parked out there. Lazy for him, but he's kind of parked out there, stretched out there a little bit for you. That's a pretty good trophy pick right there. Yeah, that's a good way. Y'all stop in there, see Justin. Got all kinds of good stuff. You're looking for a great processor in Lawrenceburg, around the Lawrenceburg area, and everything you need to go out there and check him out, man. And just going in that shop is pretty awesome to see. He's got so many things. He's got those bourbon glasses. He's got the tumblers. He's got, you know, coat racks and bourbon barrels. He's got all the tan hides. He's got slings. He's got everything. He's got something for everybody in there.
I just want to say that Ruger there, he weighed 200 pounds on the hoof.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, Justin said he's waiting for you to get bit. I thought Ruger was going to take you out. Very good. All right. Now moving on to my next favorite subject, and that's elk season, boys. It's right here on us. Right here on us. And this Saturday will be the opener of Kentucky elk archery season, man. Boy, it's hot. It is hot, and it's going to be tough. But now I'll tell you, they're already starting to fire up and bugle. They're starting to show themselves a little bit. It's going to be a grind. There's nothing. I was talking to a hunter today, and just looking for some information. And there's nothing fun about hunting elk in 95-degree weather. This is Evan. This is Evan said, little man thinks he's famous. Now, he is famous, but if I killed a buck like that, I'd be famous too.
Yeah, if he killed one like that, he is famous.
Way to go, Jace. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate you tuning in, man. But, here's the thing that people tend to sometimes forget. These animals are going to do what they do regardless of the weather. This time of year, and as we move on into the fall, it's about the longevity of the species. It's about sustainability for them. And it doesn't matter if it's 95 or it's 35. They have to do what they do. Their natural instincts kick in, and they have to do what they do, regardless of what we think. So, yeah, it's tough on us, and yeah, it can be tough hunting, whatever else. We have to be willing to adapt. So, Ben, you're kind of the elder of the group when it comes to elk hunting, buddy. What do you expect for the weekend?
Well, I'm expecting a cold front, and I'm hoping that just that little change in temperature is going to put these elk a little more in the open. This past weekend, they were doing their thing. They were fired up, but now they were fired up deep in the timber, and they wasn't coming out and letting that sun get on their back. I'm talking crack of daylight. Those elk were moving towards the timber with no pressure on them. And so what I would expect if we can get that cold front this weekend that it's calling for, that it might keep those elk more in the open and really, help us as far as harvest goes to be able to get an opportunity, for a bow kill. Those elk get tough when they're in the timber, especially when they got a lot of cows with them.
That's right, man.
There was a lot of eyeballs there, and there was a few bulls, and it'd be really tough to get out into them where they were at in that timber. But hopefully, when that cold front comes in, it'll put the ball back in our court, and we can capitalize.
Yeah, the most important thing I think for people to realize is that during this time of year. What's it like to be an elk? We got to think about it. They're still going to do their stuff, but they still have to regulate their body temperature. Water is a good place to hunt around if you got a good water source. You have to adapt to that. And the worst thing that a hunter can do or a guide this weekend is get over anxious. You go in on day one and you bust those elk out. Keep in mind, we've been scouting, we've been watching, we've been running camp, we've been doing all these things. You go in and you bust those elk out, all of that effort, everything you've done is over. It's over. And you're back to ground zero. So if it seems like that maybe somebody's not being aggressive or you're feeling like you're not being as aggressive, it's not time to be real aggressive. Usually the hunters that come in here and slow down and take their time and are very methodical about their approach and everything are the ones who have the most success, the ones that come in fighting fire. I mean, we had 21 misses last year. 21 misses. And that's not 21 people. We had people miss them multiple times. And shots that shouldn't have been missed. But, it's a high impact adrenaline filled moment. So we really hope that, whether you're do it yourself or you're going with somebody, listen to your guide, listen to your outfitter, and slow down and enjoy the moment. And in this heat, man, you just got to be on point, and you got to be willing to be even more patient. And this guy right here, Mark Harless, you know this guy, Nate?
No, I don't know him.
You're not going to claim him? God, man, that's rough tonight. They tell them to beware of seed ticks. And as I sit right now, digging the hide off my ankles.
Yep, mine too.
And we're sitting here talking to a guy that can tell us all about the aftermath of having bad tick bites. That's Mr. Ben there. Everybody better be using Promethean on their clothes. Don't come down here to Eastern Kentucky if you've not treated your clothes. Go to Walmart. Go to the camping section. It's a yellow and black spray can made by Sawyer's. Get you a can of Promethean. I hope everybody knows. Oh, I got a can right here. Get you a can of Promethean. Made Promethean. Right there. Treat 4 outfits. You don't spray this. Don't spray this on your skin. You spray this on your clothes. And it's made by Sawyer. Treat them clothes.
I've been using that stuff for years, and there's times that I didn't use it, and that's how I ended up in the shape I'm in. But if you will read the directions and do what the directions say on that stuff, it's 100%. Like it works.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you better treat your clothes. And it's odorless. It doesn't. I mean, it has to smell when you first spray it. You want to treat them, and it's good up to I think 7 washes or something like that. But go to Walmart and get you a can. Ours is going to be treated. I can tell you that right now. So good. That's good, Mark. I appreciate you bringing that up. Nathan, what do you think about elk season, man? What you got?
I'm excited for it. Like Ben said, I'm looking forward to some colder weather. If a cold front moves in, I mean, I think it's going to be a really good weekend.
Yeah.
Because from my experience, I mean, when you've got these hot days and then you've got a cold front pushing in, or even a storm, I've always, if it's going to pour the rain, that's the time I want to be out in the deer woods or hunting elk or anything like that. I mean, it gets the animals up on their feet.
Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think, Matt?
I think the change that we're going to see is going to happen Thursday. And, more than the temperature itself, it's that humidity plummet in my mind. Just like you and I, if we walk outside and it's 90-something% humidity, it's hard for us to breathe, and it sticks to you. But now on Thursday, when that humidity plummets, I think that's when the activity is really going to change a little bit. And I really look for Thursday and Friday for them elk to really turn on as far as bugling and this and that. You go outside when it's 90% humidity and you scream as loud as you can all day long, and you tell me how easy it is on your body. And then go out there when it's a 50% humidity day and do it, and you tell me which ones was easier. So I think if that humidity will drop on Thursday and stay down to a reasonable level, I think this weekend and next week's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I do too. And if you're watching, we will be and you booked with us, we will be in touch with you. I know I got some gun hunters anxious to talk to us. We've been beating the bushes for archery season, and I'll tell you, man, the gun hunters are sitting pretty. September had 5 weeks this year. So we got a gap in between the first 2 weeks of archery and then the 2-week firearm season. So there's a gap. There's a week gap in there. And I'd really love to see this temperature just plummet. Used to be Matt back in the day, and Ben, and maybe even Nathan back in the day, we used to have to set up and chuck wood in the wood burning stove to keep the frost off the tent as it plummeted down to 30 degrees the night before in early October. And that was some of the best outcome. But our climate don't do that. But hopefully if we can get down to some 60, 70 degree days and it stay that way, it's going to be good. But we will be in touch with you here real soon. We're getting geared up for archery, and I think that it's just going to get better as the time goes on. We're pretty excited. So, and I was talking to the KEGA president today, Donald Thomas. Here's something else that I want everybody to think about. Have a good plan on how you're going to get the thing out. If you're a do-it-yourself hunter, when you pull the trigger and you make contact, the clock, the meat saving clock, the meat spoilage clock has started. And if you don't have a good plan, you need to have a plan where you're thinking about, okay, this thing's going to be in the worst possible place. What's going to be my plan to get it out? And it's easy to say, boys, it's easy to say, I'm just going to cut it up and carry it out. But it's hard to do. So game bags are essential. Flies and the elements like that.
Not garbage bags. Not black garbage bags.
Not black garbage bags. Just leave it in the field.
Yep.
I'd rather you tie it up and leave and go get some game bags as to put it in a garbage bag and carry it out.
Yep.
It's not going to work. That's a good.
Trinity, this would be a good time to tell everybody and remind them that if you've got a elk tag and you plan on doing it, do it yourself hunt, you can go back and watch our 4-part series earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
We got good information from people that know what they're talking about on how to field prep and take care of them animals.
That's exactly right. Went from first getting a tag all the way to the trophy experience, all in between, field care, processing, taxidermy, how to hunt them, how to call them. All of it's on that 4-part series, and you can check that out in some of our priors. So you need to go check that out. I appreciate you saying that, man. But we've got a lot of hunters going to be out, and the harvest rate is going to be probably not where people want it to be. It's going to be tough. You earn every stitch of this, but my greatest fear is for somebody to harvest one and not be prepared to get the thing out. You need plenty of rope. You need to be. It starts from the shot. It really starts from your practice all summer long. But we were talking today about shot placement. It's so easy not to shoot. I get on to Matt when he finally does decide to dove hunt. He is so particular over what kind of dove he's going to shoot at. And when he pulls the trigger, most time it's a dead dove. Well, that needs to be your mentality for the weekend. Don't take that 1/4 shot unless you know what you're doing. Don't take that, well, I've practiced all year at 40 yards, but he's at 60 and I'm not shot any at 60. Just don't shoot. It's too easy not to shoot. Just don't shoot. Let it. It's better not to shoot than to wound him, and then there you go. Or it's a long retrieval or whatever else. Double lung, quartering away, going for the heart, whatever it is, wait for that. You have waited 20-some years for a tag. You've waited all summer for this opportunity. What's waiting for the perfect opportunity to make the shot? I don't know what else to say, and have plenty of rope. Maybe have some contacts to some people or some buddies to help you get it out. And, I don't know what else to say. Be ready to cool that thing down as soon as you can.
And on the back end of that too, be ready to shoot if your guide says shoot.
That's right. That's right. Be ready to shoot. Don't freeze up. Don't freeze up. We see that so many times. These guys out there watching right now saying, I know. I can see how many people's on here. These guys out there right now saying, that ain't going to be me. When they tell me to shoot, I know how to shoot. I know when to shoot. I've hunted for 30 years. I've hunted for 40 years, by Joe, and that ain't going to be me. And I can tell you right now, the majority of you, that's going to be you. We've had world-class hunters come in here that have froze on elk. I've seen everything from adrenaline dump, not being able to draw a bow, missing with a rifle 130, 150-yard shots, not once but twice, missing crossbow shots anywhere from 20 to 60 yards. You name it, we've seen it. And all of us are we're not, I mean, it can happen to any of us. So, yeah, it can happen to you, and it will happen. So, just things to think about. Things to think about. Man, what a good show, guys. Ben, what you got to leave us with, bud?
Well, I'm just excited this weekend to kind of get the kickoff elk season and stuff, and hopefully we'll try to. If this cold front moves in, we're going to have a pretty good weekend, and try to get in the deer woods as soon as possible. There, we still got our food plots are looking great, and everything's coming together really good up there on our hunting lease. So we're ready to go, fired up for that. Trying to wait for the right opportunity. This heat this weekend, I don't know. I just couldn't be about it. So, but hopefully here in the next few weeks, we'll have a kill or two to bring to you. And I think this weekend is going to be pretty good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm excited for. I can't wait to get all these elk killed and get over into the middle of October. I seen Captain Justin Diamond from Florida Bow Fishing Adventures. I can't wait to get down with Scott Sumter and Wayne Hargabus and Captain Justin Diamond. We're going to hunt gator. We're going to hunt stingray. We're going to hunt black drum. We're going to shoot. I mean, dude, I'm just so excited. Can't wait to get down for some iguanas and some peacock bass.
Peacock bass. Oh, man.
Yep. So that's what I'm leaving you with. I'm looking at the finish line, baby, and I love the line in between. Golly, I can't wait to get there. Y'all can hunt them old whitetails. I'm after scales, baby. Impale a scale. Impale a scale. That's what I'm after. Nate, what you got for us, baby?
6 weeks,
I
man,
just,
don't you?
I'm ready for colder weather. Now, like Ben said, I'm ready to get in the whitetail woods. It's been a little bit too hot. I've still been trying it here and there, but it's just too hot. The deer wait until the sun goes down completely and wait until dark to come. So I'm ready for colder weather.
Take that large size for granted. I'm trying to figure this out, man. Help me with this one right here. A lot of times, people take that large size for granted.
Talking about shooting and missing.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Elk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Aim small, miss small, buddy. Don't be
I thought,
shooting elk. You better be shooting at a flea on the elk.
I thought he was calling one of us fat there for a minute, man. He had to be talking about you.
Well, this is true. It very possibly could have been, but like I said, aim small, miss small. Don't be shooting at elk. Be shooting at a tick or a flea on the elk.
Yeah, they think it's a chip shot. You're exactly right, Justin, man. They don't, 800-pound animal, people's like, oh, man, I can't miss that. I shoot whitetails for a living. What do you think, Ben?
I don't know how many misses I'm going to allow before I hand somebody the raven and let them go to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Matt, what are you leaving us with, bud?
Buddy, kind of same thing. 6 weeks from now we'll be in Florida, and man, I'm super stoked about that. I do have a question though that maybe we need to let people know about. I mean, next week, Tuesday night on Air and Outdoors, it's possible you'll be in the elk woods.
Yeah, it could be. We may have to come live from a telephone or something, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. We'll let everybody know, but we'll do something. Don't know what it'll be, but we'll do something. So
yeah, next week we may not be on air. We may be actually outdoors.
Yeah, that's right. We may not be. That's right. John Haley says buck fever doesn't even touch bull fever. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. I'll tell you what I'm excited about. I am excited about the return. I mean, I feel like there needs to be some type of superhero show or, like you got the return of Batman and Superman and all this stuff. The return of Ben Moore. I mean, You know, that's almost like a legacy, son, in Eastern Kentucky.
I don't know if I would call it that, but somehow you've conned me back into it, and I'm here. So
Them bulls don't know what's going to hit them. You know, Justin's got a good idea. Let Jill do the show.
Yeah.
there you go.
Hey, I'd be careful with how much reins I give her.
Y'all
It's-
already, I mean, the pocket.
TLC and J.
Oh goodness, man! I tell you, I'm excited. You know, it's always exciting to have elk hunters in. It's always exciting this time of year. You know, we take it very seriously. Here's the cold hard facts. I'm a numbers guy, and all these hunters know what I'm getting ready to say because I've tried to tell everybody this, and I've tried to be real. I've tried to be real with everybody. You know, the facts are is that not everybody's going home with an elk. 48% of the tags were harvested last year. But now about 75% of that is through outfitters. So your opportunity goes way up with guided hunts. And we take it seriously. We have a very high opportunity rate. And it's hunting, man. It's hunting. Even with a guide and an outfitter, the things that you put in your corner are so much better with a quality outfitter and a guide. And we've got a lot of experience, and we're looking forward to it. But now it's tough. It's tough at best, and I want everybody to realize, come down with an open mind, come down and enjoy the experience, and we're gonna hunt our guts out for you. That's nobody out after us, that's for sure. John says, I'm excited to come out there and meet y'all in person and see some of the doors that might open. Us too, John. It's very good for us. Jill says, Justin, me and you can do the show. I'll tell you what, Justin Tinsley. Let me tell you right now. We already had this video discussion. You get on there with Jill. That's what you need to do.
What? I got a good idea, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Justin says, Jill and Christy. Of course, he passes the buck. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
You know, pair that with the whole women idea that she's been doing here recently. There's a whole lot of stuff over there at Tinsley Custom Wildlife that appeal to women.
Yep. I love it, man. That's a good idea. We may have to make that happen.
From African pelt pillows to African pelt gunslings to elephant hair rings to whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff over there.
I got you. Guys, I appreciate y'all being on the show tonight. Thank y'all for taking time out to be with us. Nate, Ben, appreciate you all. Matt, I want to say a huge thank you. Matt has really helped me out so much over the years, behind the scenes stuff. I haven't got a lot of credit for it, but I appreciate everything you do for TLC Outfitters, man. Thank you. Thanks for a great idea last week. That was all Matt's ideal. Kind of planted that seed last year with him, and then it kind of grew into something big, and I can't wait for next year. And folks, we got all kinds of good stuff up. One thing I do want to remind everybody, September is quota hunt month. So you got to get your name in the hat for all your quota hunts. Most of y'all know this. Deer hunts, the duck stuff down at the wetlands area, all this, and sandhill crane. So if you're looking for maybe that, maybe a sandhill has eluded you, then look no farther, son. You have found your sandhill outfitter right here. But the first thing you got to do is you got to put your name into the quota. They've only been one or two I've known that's not got drawn for their crane tag. So you put in, most of the time you haven't done something a year before. So if you're looking for a sandhill crane hunt, get your name in the quota. Go to fw.ky.gov, get on there, log on to your profile, go in for your deer hunts and your waterfowl and your pheasant. Clay's got pheasant hunts and all that stuff. And make sure you get in for the sandhill crane hunts. Let us take your hunting this year, and we'll get you some cranes on the ground. So, and also be looking for Gunlock Hollow. We're going to be having 3 tower shoots this year and possibly even some set hunts. Look for more to come from Gunlock Hollow as the weather gets colder. We're pretty excited. Guys, thank you all very much. We'll be talking some more, and hope you all have a good rest of your week. If y'all get out there, try not to burn up too much. Look here, Justin. Random. What other seasons are in during the second week firearm in case luck is on a hunter's side? John, there's no other firearm seasons in during that second week. The end of that week will be muzzleloader. The weekend at the end of your week will be muzzleloader firing for deer, but your season's only in for 5 days. Justin Tinsley says, put him down for Sandhill Crane. You got it, man. You got it. All right, folks, that's all for On Iron Outdoors. We appreciate you all very much. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check in throughout the weekend, see what kind of success we're having, what's going on in the woods with TLC Outfitters. And we hope to see you on air and outdoors. Y'all have a good rest of your week. We'll see y'all real soon.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, field and streams. From those whitetail bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks there on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name.